Good morning. I am coming to you again with another leadership trait from my book, The Kind of Leader We Need, to truly make America great with liberty and justice for all. I'm just such a big believer that if we see a need and we have a passion and desire to make a positive difference, then we do that. And so that's why this leadership book to me is just, I'm so thankful I got it published and that it's just so timely with what we need to see more of today in our communities, homes, our country, our world. So today's leadership trait is patience, willing to endure the process of growth and healing. There's a quote by A.A. Milne: "Rivers know this. There is no hurry. We shall get there someday." God's been really working on growing me through providing me a lot of opportunities to have to be patient. So I'm thankful we get to grow throughout life and that we will arrive someday. Patience is a leadership superpower we often underestimate. In a world addicted to speed, results, and instant gratification, patience stands as a quiet rebellion. It is the ability to wait, to endure, and to keep showing up when progress feels slow or invisible. Great leaders understand that growth takes time. So does healing. So does real, lasting change. I think Michael Fullen wrote a book years ago about the change process and how long it takes. And in one of his books, he said, for sustainable change to take place, it usually takes about 3 to 5 years for deeply rooted, sustainable change. And I was like, when I was early on in my principal days, I thought that's just too long. We need to make these changes today. But if you are patient and you put in the work consistently, the change happens. Transformative, lasting change. A patient leader doesn't rush people or pressure outcomes. They know that transformation is a process, not a performance. They give room for mistakes, grace for setbacks, and space for others to evolve. Patience is not passive. It is active trust and investment in what could be, even when it has not yet appeared. We got to have that hope and that faith when we can't see what our vision is in real time. When leaders lack patience, they damage relationships, stifle growth, and often abandon the very values they claim to uphold. But when they lead with patience, they become steady anchors in turbulent seasons. They resist the urge to control and instead cultivate environments where trust, resilience, and maturity can grow. The most patient leaders understand that meaningful progress rarely happens overnight. They embrace the long view, knowing that meaningful change unfolds in layers, not leaps. Patient leaders are not driven by urgency alone. They are anchored by purpose. I love that. They don't panic when plans take longer than expected or when people take time to grow. Instead, they hold steady, encourage consistently, and lead with the calm assurance that endurance often outperforms speed. Their presence brings peace in pressure-filled moments, and their patience becomes a quiet signal to others that we are not just building fast, we are building well. The reflection questions for this trait are: in what areas of your leadership are you tempted to rush the process? How do you respond when results or people don't move as quickly as you'd like? And what would it look like for you to lead with more patience this week? Joyce Meyer, who I absolutely love, and I'm so thankful for her and her husband being in my life, says, patience is not the ability to wait, but the ability to keep a good attitude while waiting. How are you waiting? Are you waiting well with a good attitude? All right. God bless. Have a great day.